All right. Give me a moment. I already have my stream all the way already pulled up. I'm just going into my stream itself and testing the audio. Whoops. Is my audio working or is it disconnected? It is working good. Now, a little disclaimer. I am dealing with the effects of sleep deprivation. I wasn't able to get to sleep until 1 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up at 5 wide awake, so I got 4 hours of sleep last night. Because of that, I'm really tired, and I'm having issues focusing, so I'm going to try to shoot for just streaming for 1 hour. If I'm really struggling and I can't really seem to focus on streaming, then I'll go ahead and end it up at 2. But if I think I can go on, then I will just keep going until 3. But these are achievements that I have left. I only have about 20 achievements left. Actually, is it 20 achievements? I'm not sure. But the only achievement we'll probably only be getting today is the mentor achievement. I am not looking to get I'm not looking to get what's it called? I can't think. I'm not looking to make some significant story progress. I honestly don't think I have it in me just to get started on the story. Because this part of the game is really the part of the game that I kind of dislike. I really dislike the sequence. And I really don't want to just try and sit through the sequence when I am literally falling asleep. So I'm just gonna try and keep things interesting. Just try and wrap up the Master Assassin mission, and maybe buy some buildings and work on some challenges. Now I will say, I found a video that looks like it may help me with the Master Assassin mission I was struggling with. But at the same time, it's very janky, and it may only work for the original Assassin's Creed Revelations, and I'm playing Assassin's Creed Revelations through the Ezio collection. But I'm not sure if this will actually work, but I'm going to try it. If this doesn't work, then I will go ahead and try a different strategy. But from what this video shows, apparently if you stand in front of the Herald and with the poison hidden blade equipped, and just poison the assassins or the Templars that come after uh, Herald, then apparently it will glitch and it will skip ahead on the fights. I'm not sure if this will still work or if it was patched in between the Ezio collection. From what I understand, the Assassin's Creed Revelations and the Ezio collection wasn't changed much since the original game. In fact, I'm pretty sure all they did was just put this in HD and call it a day. Be very surprised if they did too many bug fixing. Because this honestly doesn't seem too different from Assassin's Creed, the original Assassin's Creed Revelations. But I'm gonna try it this way. I'm gonna try and try the poison way and see if this trick works. Worst case scenario, I have to find another way, but I will at the very least be getting Master Assassin missions to 100% completion. And after I do this, then I will go ahead and talk about something that I really want to talk about.
Do you remember the printer we sent into hiding?
I do, and I remember the Templar brute who nearly killed him.
That same brute has now set his sights on the printer's father, a local herald.
A cruel way to draw his real target out into the open, no? We should warn their father and get rid of this Templar.
So I'm really hoping this trick works and it'll just be a lot easier for me. It really doesn't make sense like how this should work.
Your son has stirred up some trouble. Enough that the men looking for him may come for you now.
My son? But he is a humble printer, and I a simple herald. Why would anybody want to hurt us?
Words can wound like any blade, amigo.
Ezio, I think we are being watched. Can you see anything?
Templars, do you see them?
Evet, mentor.
Why was that assassin not doing anything? I'm gonna try this again because my assassin wasn't. It was just standing there. It was being very janky.
Ezio, do you remember the printer we sent into hiding?
I do. And I remember the Templar brute who nearly killed him.
That same brute has now set his sights on the printer's father, a local herald.
A cruel way to draw his real target out into the open, no? We should warn their father and get rid of this Templar.
I want to actually pull this off, but if it doesn't work, then I will go ahead and try a different method. The other method that I could try is using smoke bombs.
Mi scusi, signore. Your son has stirred up some trouble. Enough that the men looking for him may come for you now.
My son? But he is a humble printer, and I a simple herald. Why would anybody want to hurt us?
Words can wound like any blade, amigo.
Ezio, I think we are being watched. Can you
I'm really hoping this works out. It's just I couldn't pull it off the first time.
Evet, mentor.
I need to actually do this successfully, and I need my stinking assassin to actually do shit. I'm not doing it successfully. I'm not doing it as the person in the video is doing it.
I do.
And I keep on hitting the wrong, pushing the wrong guy.
That same brute has now set his sights on the printer's father, a local herald.
A cruel way to draw his real target out into the open, no? We should warn their father and get rid of this Templar.
Alright, this is a third attempt. I will at the very least be completing this.
Scusi, signore. Your son has stirred up some trouble. Enough that the men looking for him may come for you now.
My son? But he is a humble printer, and I a simple herald. Why would anybody want to hurt us?
Words can wound like any blade, amigo.
Ezio, I think we are being watched. Can you see anything?
Templars, do you see them?
Come on, please work this time. Okay, this is not gonna work. I'm gonna try the smoke bomb trick. How much shots do I have in my pistol?
Ezio,
I have 12. Alright, so I am going back to the hidden blade. I'm using smoke screen. And I'll try and use a gun.
you remember the printer we sent into hiding?
I do. And I remember the Templar brute who nearly killed him.
That same brute has now set his sights on the printer's father, a local herald.
A cruel way to draw his real target out into the open, no? We should warn their father and get rid of this Templar.
Alright, let's see if this works.
Mi scusi, signore. Your son has stirred up some trouble. Enough that the men looking for him may come for you now.
My son? But he is a humble printer, and I a simple herald. Why would anybody want to hurt us?
Words can wound like any blade, amigo.
Ezio, I think we are
Graphics
being
on
watched.
that building is glitching out.
Templars, do you see them?
Evet, mentor. Ah, got you now. Isn't that? I don't know what's going on. Have any work to do?
What the heck? Okay, I think this is just gonna be a trial and error.
Ezio, do you remember the printer we sent into hiding?
I do, and I remember the Templar brute who nearly killed him.
That same brute.
I
has
really
now
wish
set
I could
his
skip
sights on the
this.
printer's father, a local herald.
Because I've done this so many times now.
Get out into the open, no? We should warn the father and get rid of this Templar. Mi scusi, signore. Your son has stirred up some trouble. Enough that the men looking for him may come for you now.
My son? But he is a humble printer, and I a simple herald. Why would anybody want to hurt us?
Words can wound like any blade.
Okay, this time is it.
Ezio, I think
I
we
can
are
feel
being
it.
watched. Can you see anything?
Templars, do you see them?
Evet, mentor.
I gotta try and throw another smoke bomb. Like that. Alright, there we go. I got it.
If you draw your weapon, this man dies. Now bring me the printer. Bring me this man's son. What the hell are you waiting for?
For you to wise up.
There we go.
Are you proud of your kill, assassin? Do you expect praise for murdering a better and braver man? You have taken my life, but you cannot erase my legend, my power, my influence. Men feared me, even as they did my bidding. That is the mark of a true leader.
Ooh. There we go.
Oh no. Hey, is that not...
That is very nice. You can see we did get the den defense thing. So now we have no reason not to just have the assassins pulled up when we need it. Very nice. So what I am going to be doing now is running around, continue to spend my money, and buying buildings. Now I can go ahead and say what I've been wanting to say. And that is in regards to the new announcement of the next Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Infinity. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube talking about how the Assassin's Creed franchise is dead, and how Assassin's Creed will never be the way it used to be, like in the how it used to be like this, where it's all linear storylines, and it's just it really like this game is a perfect example of what Assassin's Creed used to be. And a lot of people are really upset that Assassin's Creed is going to become a live service thing. And I was just watching this video shortly before I was getting ready to stream, and there was this person that who I kind of used for his theories. I kind of like to watch it as theories videos breaking down like certain elements of Assassin's Creed, and I really enjoyed like some of his content. But he was saying that, in his opinion, Assassin's Creed is dead, and this really the announcement of Assassin's Creed Infinity and the reveal that it's going to be a live service thing is just killed the franchise. And I just, at some point, I can understand like the criticism people made about this. Like, a lot of people are not happy about Assassin's Creed going to live service, but I'm a ride or die Assassin's Creed fan at this point. I'll play every single game that comes out, and I will be here when it eventually ends. And all good things do come to an end. And even if this series were, if this game is to bring it into the series, then I will be there for that too. And, but it's just, I can understand people's criticism. I can understand people's desires to see Assassin's Creed go back to the good old days. But at the same time, Assassin's Creed has gotten a lot of fans from the release of Odyssey, Origins, and Valhalla. And even though I have very mixed feelings in regards to Odyssey and Origins with the multiple endings things, it's just, I cannot ignore the fact that when Syndicate first came out, a lot of people were getting turned off and getting bored of Assassin's Creed because of the fact that its formula has been more or less the same for the past. Came out in 2008, so it has been. I'm trying to think. I feel like it's been about 10 years since Assassin's Creed. Like, if you're looking at the timeline between Assassin's Creed 1 to Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I feel like it's been 10 years. But I'm not entirely sure. I'm trying to do the mental math in my head, and let's see, let's do this real quick. 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. Actually, was it 2008? I think it was. 2013, 14. I think it was 2013. No, 14. Maybe it's 2016 when Assassin's Creed Syndicate came out. I'm not entirely sure. But a lot of people were saying that they wanted something different with Assassin's Creed, for them to mix something up, and that's exactly what they did with Origins. They introduced like an RPG format, and Origins was very successful. It's easily one of my favorite modern Assassin's Creed games. But it's just, I understand people's how people just kind of the classic fans just kind of got disenfranchised from the series with the release of Odyssey and Valhalla. But it's just, at the same time, I don't, I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna say that I am not excited for Assassin's Creed Infinity, because they could do some good things with this game. But I'm not gonna lie to myself and say that I'm not gonna play it or that I'm not gonna enjoy it. It's just, I will play it regardless. It's just I don't. I feel like that Ubisoft just kind of proven that they know how to develop a good game. They are a AAA publisher for a reason. Even though people may have its issues with Assassin's Creed going live service, it's just I feel like there's some good that could come from it, because you never know. Assassin's Creed Infinity may be like a good thing. They could introduce the mechanics that people are wanting to bring back. It could be the game that satisfies both the classic fans and the RPG fans. In fact, that's what Valhalla tried to do by bringing back social stealth, even though it wasn't a required feature. But I'm really kind of hoping that uh, I'm really kind of hoping that Assassin's Creed Infinity doesn't mark the end for Assassin's Creed, because this is usually my favorite franchises ever, and to see it just lay down and die is something that I just don't want to see. I mean, it's just I've had Ubisoft is a company that I would love to work for as a writer. My goal in life is to be a writer for a video game company, and if I were I have ideas of things we could do for Far Cry, things we could do for Assassin's Creed. I even have some ideas as new series me and Ubisoft could work on. But if they were to just kill off the series and just leave it dead, like that would really, I would honestly break my heart, because just this is my favorite series, and just to see it just die would just kind of hurt me a little bit. But I'm really kind of hoping that it will turn out okay for Assassin's Creed Infinity. I'm still gonna be playing it, still going to be streaming it when it comes out. But I feel like people are just jumping to conclusions by saying that this is the death of Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed will never go back to the way it was. Assassin's Creed is no more live service has killed Assassin's Creed. I'm really tired of those comments. You don't know what Assassin's Creed Infinity will be like. Like, a lot of people just assume that because uh, Assassin's Creed Infinity is going live service like Fortnite, that it is going to be a bad game. But live service could be a good thing for Assassin's Creed. It's just, you never know. You never know like what they're gonna do. In fact, we don't have any gameplay information regarding Assassin's Creed Infinity. We don't have anything except for an interview done with the developers of Infinity. We don't know what it's going to be like. For all you know, it could be a huge success. We just don't know. But I'm really hoping for the best for Assassin's Creed Infinity. Again, it's one of my favorite series. Assassin's Creed is my favorite series ever. And just to see it potentially die would just kind of really bother me. Let's see, I have done Romani's, Mercenaries, Thieves, Romani's again. Let's do Mercenaries. I will say, if there's one thing that I want out of Assassin's Creed Infinity, it's just to see them go back to the linear storylines. Because I don't want to stress about going for the best ending in the game like I have been for Odyssey and Valhalla. Just the fact that there's multiple endings is just kind of stupid to me, because you're going into the animus to relive memories of a past person, and for there to be multiple enemies, it just kind of just seems multiple endings and branching pathways just seems odd for Assassin's Creed, and it also just feels wrong. Like, imagine if you were to relive the, let's say this game for example. Imagine if there were choices that you had to make in the game in order for Ezio to get with Sophia at the end. That just wouldn't really work. Like, that would just almost kind of ruin this game, in my opinion. But it's just my. I have 100%ed Assassin's Creed Odyssey like 4 times, and each time I just kind of got like very. It's just kind of got like more or less the same each playthrough. And it's just strictly because I always have to just go for the same route because I hate getting bad endings in games. And I just really, I feel like Assassin's Creed Origins was the last game where they just did exceptionally well with the story, where I liked everything about it. But it's just really the multiple endings Assassin's Creed just doesn't feel right for me. I don't know if anyone feels the same way. I'm sure there's some new Assassin's Creed fans, people that actually enjoy the RPG elements of Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins. I'm sure there are some people that think that that's a good thing. That multiple endings just kind of makes the game more fun, but it's just it kind of takes me out of the immersion a little bit. I want to check. Okay, I have nothing in the bank. What I may end up doing, uh, because we are 30 minutes in and we're kind of running out of buildings to buy, what I may end up doing is start working on crew challenges. But we'll see where I leave off because again, I don't really feel, I'm just very tired right now. I could do the story, but I don't want to do it right now. I'd rather work on some side stuff that we have left to do.
Come, friends, see the different.
Wow, I need a herald. Something I will say, recently I kind of changed up my games queue on my bio. Like, I'm still doing Outriders first, and then I'm doing, uh, Far Cry 3, but I removed Saints Row 4 from its place and replaced it with Assassin's Creed 3. I really want to be able to 100% Assassin's Creed 3, and I have the remaster version. I want 100% Assassin's Creed 4, Rogue for the 360, Assassin's Creed Unity, and Syndicate. I'm trying to think. Syndicate and Origins on stream, and because Assassin's Creed Infinity comes out in 3 years, so I just want to be able to make sure I 100% everything before that happens.
What are you doing up here? Oh, maybe I had enough practice.
All right. Pretty much all we have left is a couple shops and landmarks, and that's pretty much all we have to use our money for. We actually got all the medical shops. So there's a bookstore and another faction building. Alright. I mention this every single stream. I see when my friends get online, just don't message them. I really don't want to put myself on Do Not Disturb if I don't have to. Because if I do that, then you won't see my achievements pop up. And I like to feel the joy of getting an achievement.